Hello guys, it's me again. But guess what? Again, I forgot to change it before I started recording. So here we go. An hour later, Draco found himself sitting by the window with Harry. A cup of tea he was holding was still warm due to reheating charms. The two were deep in their conversation, currently talking about different pieces of literature, Muggle and Wizard. Yeah, I really like Hans Christian Andersen's version of fairy tales. I would read them at Mr. Fig's house whenever I went over. Draco had trouble concentrating on Harry's word. On Harry's word. Draco mumbled a response, earning a smirk from his friend. I think you're tired, Malfoy, Harry said in a teasing joke. At this, Draco went from a slumped posture to sitting as straight as he could. You wish, Potter. I think you are the tired one here, not me, Draco defended, taking a sip from his cup of tea. Harry rolled his eyes, running his hands through his too long hair. Like, seriously, does he even know what a haircut is? Not like he was complaining. His hair just looked soft enough to run his hands through. Oh, how Draco wished he could do that. Just play with his crush's hair, run his hands through it as Harry laid his head in his lap. Draco, you're zoning out again. Did you even hear a word that I said? Draco asked before getting up to refill his cup. Draco smiled, a pale pink hue smiled slightly, a pale pink hue appearing on his porcelain skin. No, the blush darkened when Harry started chuckling again, a huge grin on the DADA professor's face. I said that the potions that Madame Pomfrey gave me made me feel more awake. Draco nodded, slouching back onto the couch. For some reason he felt comfortable, and was finally tired at a reasonable time for the first time in weeks. Probably, Draco thought, this was the most comfortable he had been since December, since their kiss. Yeah, potions do that. Sleepiness is one of the most common side effects of strong headache potions. Sleeplessness, not as common as weaker headache potions. In the weaker headache potions, tell me about Miss Fliggs. Draco settled back to the couch, placing his tea on his side table. She was obsessed with cats. She always watched me when the Dursleys had somewhere to go. Her furniture had cat hair all over. Good thing I wasn't allergic, because when I say cat hair and cats were everywhere, I mean everywhere. Harry continued on with his story. Draco, finding his eyelids heavier and heavier. Without meaning to, he kept dozing off, enjoying listening to the sound of Harry's voice. The potions professor ended up falling asleep with a smile on his face. Harry didn't realize that Draco fell asleep until 5 minutes later. In the middle of explaining how he looked outside for one of the cats for 3 hours, only to find it under the bed asleep. Harry smiled, happy that his friend he could get his man to sleep. Wanting to wake up the peaceful professor, Harry went through a door to his bedroom, grabbed a pillow, carefully put it under his friend's head, and made sure a random throw blanket was secure around it. Taking a moment to look at him, Harry looked at the tea with a flick of his wand. Good night, Draco. Sleep well. It says this was short because it's 2 a.m. and I'm tired, which means this chapter probably has errors. Originally, I was going to have a long chapter, but I decided to split it up. I will upload the other part tomorrow. Comment a funny, appropriate joke if you want below. See you next chapter. Again, Quotev doesn't really have that many. So Quotev doesn't have a lot of users, but it's really good if you want to find, like, it's easy to use, and it's really good if you want to find some, not from, like, ship fanfics. And there's also quizzes and polls, but they don't really have Jeverus. Jeverus is one of the things that they don't really have. So So, yeah. I will see you next chapter. Bye, guys. Bye, guys, girls, gals, and non-binary.